Yeah, I'm just starting it up
Okay,
right now.
I'm ready to
You
go.
started right now? All right, well,
Live.
welcome back to episode 10, season finale of season 1
Wow,
of the
already-
Arctic Circle podcast.
Already 10. It's been
I
crazy.
can't believe we've made it this far, honestly.
I didn't think we'd make it.
A
Didn't
wild
think
ride,
so.
honestly.
I'll be honest,
the
I
most
wasn't
wild
confident
of rides.
Early on.
We want to give a big thanks to you guys for listening, and I mean, this is our first time with this new setup. We got our own mics finally.
Yeah,
we all have
we
separate
do.
mics, not all around one mic. So hopefully the mic quality is a little bit better this time around.
We started this podcast because one day we were just climbing and we were just like sitting down on one of the benches like looking at the walls, and I was like, we should start a podcast.
Dude, yeah, and then I was like,
we should start
I think
a
you should
podcast.
leave tier skit.
Yeah, that was the first one you
Let's get
said.
to it. Like, it
Like,
has to be one of the
we could get Ezra on. We could get
Yeah.
Ezra on. This
And
would be an
that's-
awesome idea.
That's when it started coming together.
Yeah.
Right there. That was awesome.
Especially after we got that first episode rolling, I was like, yeah, this feels
Dude, the
right.
first episode
Yeah.
was just so natural. It just
Yeah.
happened
I had a great
naturally.
time recording.
It did. It was really great, honestly.
Well, we hope you guys have had a good time listening. We've gone through all the topics this season. We've gone through movies. We've gone through comfort shows.
The death penalty.
The death penalty.
You know?
All over the place, honestly.
That's what I wanted,
We tried
man.
to hit all the domains.
I don't want to
in
have
society.
boundaries.
We
on
hit
what
video
we can
games,
talk
some
about.
video games.
Oh, we love video games. Love video games.
We've all been playing a lot of Fortnite since the video game episode.
Yeah.
We hop
Yeah,
on Fortnite squads, no build.
Dude,
That
we
mode
got
is
those dubs
awesome.
the other night. We got like
Dude, all the
we got like
time.
4 dubs. 4 out of 5 games we dubbed.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 in a row.
Pretty crazy. If you guys are Fortnite players, then you know how respectable that is. That feat is.
Yeah,
So-
we're crazy with the ODM gear.
Well, before we get
Oh,
started
yeah.
today, I
Love
wanted
those
to.
grapples.
Yeah, I love it.
we love the ODM gear. Before we get started,
And the
I wanted
katanas.
to give you guys some background of where we are right now. Well, a couple days ago, Alex had this genius idea to go camping outside the house that we live in. And he was like, we should just get a campfire going, get some ghost stories going, and we'll podcast some part of the evening. Well, currently it is 2:04 in the morning, and so we have gone through the campfire and everything else but the ghost story, and we wanted to give you guys a little live ghost story podcast,
Yes.
just to spice things up a bit, give you guys a little treat for our little season finale episode.
We've been out here for a minute now. We've been out here since I've been out here since 8 p.m.
You've been out here a long
You
time.
showed up here a long time.
I showed up
showed
at
up like
9.
3 hours
No, I
ago.
showed up at like 9:30.
Yeah, like 9:30. You were here before Sergio.
I had
and
the
then Sergio
Margs.
Came.
I had the Margs.
Yeah, you had the Margs.
We're recording this on
And then-
on Cinco de Mayo. I know it's gonna be released like late in June,
Cinco
but
de Mayo.
we
What a great
we had
day.
to celebrate today, and we're
Yeah.
ending it off right with a little tale. So if you guys are okay, I'm gonna just give you guys some background with what I'm about to indulge in today, and
Can we just mention the s'mores real quick?
we
Those
can talk about
things
the
were
s'mores.
delicious. When I was
They were
eating those,
amazing.
I was ascending.
best
Chocolate-
best financial
chocolate
investment
was
we've made
great.
today.
Yeah,
besides
it was only
the
like
tent.
$6 for all
Besides
the
the
s'more
tent.
materials.
Oh yeah, it was
Great
pretty
s'more.
cheap.
Easily,
Great s'more.
easily
Especially
the
when
best.
you get it on like actual sticks.
Yeah.
From the
How do you
woods.
guys,
It's more authentic
real
that
quick,
way.
how do you
Yeah.
guys like your marshmallows? Are you more of like a golden brown, or are you more of a burnt? I personally like it slightly crusted on the outside of the
I
marshmallow.
like
Oh,
the
I-
gold. I
You
like
like
the
the
gold.
gold?
I go golden all the way.
Yeah.
I know
I think the
some of
gold
our
tastes the
buddies
best.
like it burnt, and I
It's
just
an
can't
art
do
form.
burnt. I think
Getting
Yeah.
it golden is an art form. It's
Burnt-
not easy.
Burnt,
oh,
I will
it's so
say.
hard. It's
You gotta
so
be careful.
challenging.
I'll
Yeah.
defend the burnt side for a second. Like I like a nice burnt marshmallow every now and
I like
then.
the inside.
But usually, yeah, it's a different type of marshmallow. Then you do have to kind of like peel away at the crust.
Yeah.
That's not the most
Because
delicious.
the outside is just straight up burnt taste.
Yeah.
I
it
like
doesn't
when you
taste
have
good.
I like when you have the soft crust where it's still white, but you have the crust on the outside where you
Yeah.
slightly
Yeah.
crust it.
But golden
Yeah, that's
definitely, yes, top tier marshmallow form.
Alrighty, well, without further ado, I have a little bit of a tale that I was crafting earlier today.
I'm so ready.
You
for
guys
this
are
day.
watching me craft it. It took me about an hour.
a long time. Just a long
Yeah, I
time
was just
writing
sitting in
that
a
thing.
chair writing it on my phone.
He's a
Um,
writer.
I tried to not be boundless. I tried to
Right, of
push
course.
my limits with creativity. I will say it is more of a story than a ghost story. I think there are spooky elements that should not be overlooked, and we can discuss this after I finish the tale.
Yes, I would love to.
But I think we are ready to start going, and feel free to just butt in and ask me questions about what I'm saying or just comments about the story in general.
Just so we can get the lore right.
And so we can get the audience vibing, get them groovy.
Yeah,
Get them groovy.
Of course.
So we are ready to dive into this right now. Alex, ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Alrighty. Here we go. So, Alfred Bergman was simply a middle-aged man from Shady Spring, West Virginia. Now, Shady Spring was your typical middle-of-nowhere town, right along the Appalachian Mountains. Alfred grew up in a family of 5. He had 2 siblings, Alice and Tony. His parents were Neil and Marlene. Alfred's house in Shady Spring was on a fairly quiet back road. Not too many people were ever walking the street, and cars were hardly ever in sight. This secluded area of town was known as the Creeper's Corner. This is the place where there have been a lot of pedophilia and sexual crimes committed against children.
A little interjection. How long has this been known as the Creeper Corner?
It's been known for decades.
Decades.
This particular incident happened in 1974.
So it's long. It's been history. It's been known.
I will
for a
get
minute.
into the history very shortly. So, as I was saying, it was November 15th, 1974. Alfred was 10 years old. His sister Alice was 6, and Tony was a bit older. He was 14. It was a Friday, and school had gotten out a bit earlier because it was a teacher work day.
Excited.
Alfred, Alice, and Tony were usually picked up by their mother, Marlene. However, Marlene was a heavy drinker, and she must have forgotten that it was an early release day. The school was only a 30-minute walk home to the Bergman household. So after realizing that their mother was drunk at home and their father was at work, unable to pick them up, the kids decided to walk home. Now, crime was relatively high in Shady Spring, but the kids felt that they could make it back without any problems.
Oh, that's mistake number 1.
That is always every horror movie, man. With kids
come on.
walking
Don't they
home.
know how this gets set up?
Oh yeah. Well,
know better.
on their way home, they were walking by the local cemetery nearby, and they were almost past it when they heard a frightening groan. Oh.
Woo! Exciting.
Oh yeah. At first, the kids thought it was just noise coming from the wind. I mean, it's a very windy day, and they're in the mountains of West Virginia, so as you can imagine, it gets windy there.
Of course.
However, they kept on walking and noticed what looked like a tree branch that was protruding through the gate of the cemetery on the edge of the sidewalk. Now, Tony was leading his siblings, as the oldest child should be doing.
Right, of course.
And as he walked around the branch was revealed to be a freaky, dark, and old skeletal hand. Now, the hand yanked Tony through the gate and dragged him away from his siblings.
Okay.
Alfred and Alice could do nothing but watch in terror as Tony was taken to a burial ground and dragged underground.
Jesus Christ.
They sobbed and stared as they could hear Tony's muffling cries as he fell victim to being buried alive and suffocating to the pressure of the dirt and soil closing in on him from all directions. Initial thoughts about Tony's death?
No fucking way. That caught me off guard,
It took
man.
a turn, man. It took a supernatural
it
turn.
takes a
I
turn.
don't know if you guys could tell, but I was envisioning it and trying to make some sound effects.
I was
with
almost
it.
hearing Tony muffled in the
Yeah, he
in the
was
dirt.
his muffled cry.
Yeah. Did you guys like my little "Ow, ah"?
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved every second of it.
Spooky.
Honestly,
So that was sort of the backstory to the real story.
I see, okay.
And I am going to get into that right now. So, November 15th, 1974. That was a day Alfred wanted to forget. He did his best to move on. He went to college at Binghamton University in New York and got his degree in real estate. A few years later...
Wait, hold up. Another interjection. How long did they know each other before he had died?
How long did who know each other? They were siblings.
They were siblings. Oh, their whole life.
Dude, what's wrong with you? Alrighty.
Sometimes I'm a little slow, man. Sometimes a little slow. A little extra
man.
information.
It's
Okay,
very
now I
important
understand. I
that
missed
they
the
were-
siblings
okay.
note. I
It's
missed the
very
siblings
important
note.
that they were siblings. Dude.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Yes.
All right, so Alfred got his degree in real estate, right?
Yeah.
A few years later, Alice, his sister, moved down south to Athens, Georgia, and she attended the University of Georgia and studied biology. Eventually, both Marlene and Neil, their parents, had grown old and had retired in Florida, enjoying the last of their days together as they both were suffering and eventually fell ill to Alzheimer's. A few years later, they had passed away. They had passed together overnight as they held hands and prepared themselves to enter an afterlife. A very Christian family the Bergmans were, and they were huge believers of an afterlife. Now, Alfred had become a real estate agent, and he had struggled to find a job up north. It was 1988, and Alfred had been a few years out of school when he decided to take his real estate talents down south, where there was more promise in land development and property management. In May of 1988, he got a call from a real estate company in Athens, Georgia. Francis and Jameson Real Estate, aka F&J.
That's right at hometown.
Oh yeah.
That's right next to home base.
He immediately took the job and moved down south to Athens, Georgia, just like that.
Uh-oh.
In the
Now,
blink of an eye.
his sister Alice was still in Athens finishing up her bachelor's in biology, and she had gotten a place on Millage Ave. It was an apartment complex, only a few minutes away from campus. Alfred was in good relations with his sister, and she offered him a room at her place. Of course he said yes. He wanted to get his life back together.
Do you know what apartment complex this was? And now that we live in the Athens area. Was this not very close?
It shut down.
It shut down?
It shut down due to the incident that happened.
Right, this was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
so
in
it's
the
been
80s.
a second. It's been a second, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Apartment complexes come and go.
Oh, yeah. Well, the fall semester started out smoothly. Alfred was getting along well with his coworkers, and his boss was really liking his energy and interpersonal skills. However, it was one day that had changed everything. And that day was November 15th, 1988. The same day,
Uh-oh.
years later.
Uh-oh.
Alfred started out this day just like it was a normal day. He went to work. He had lunch. He finished work. He went home. He made the most of his workday by calling some potential clients. Alice was spending the day studying on campus. She had some exams coming up. When the sun was setting and the day was done, Alfred and Alice returned to the apartment. What is interesting about the house, or the apartment that they live in, is that it is very close to a local cemetery. So, Alfred, for dinner, Alfred had cooked his favorite spaghetti Alfredo.
Yummy.
Get it? Alfred likes Alfredo. Yeah, I had to include that in there.
Alfred, you goon.
So, and both Alfred and Alice spent the night munching on some delicious Alfredo.
Sounds pretty good right
And
now.
all of a sudden, they noticed something outside their dining room window. There was some movement on the sidewalk. It was almost humanly, but not. Alfred opened the door, and lo and behold, it was the same elderly hand from years ago. The same one that had taken Tony.
Oh,
No
man.
fucking way.
Forget it.
It crawled up the sidewalk leading to the front door.
You gotta book it.
Alfred quickly shut the door and barricaded the entrance. However, there was a back door to the complex, and they had forgotten to lock it.
Oh my.
As soon as
Rule number one.
Alice made this realization, she hurried to close it, sprinting through the hallways and corridors of the apartment. However, as soon as she got to the handle, the door slammed open. A familiar voice, one that they haven't heard for some time, came from a familiar figure. It was Tony.
No fucking way.
He muttered, "You left me there to rot in hell."
Holy shit.
Tony.
Then, all of a sudden, he sprinted to the kitchen and grabbed a kitchen knife. Alfred and Alice were in shock. Their brother had reappeared in a ghostly form to get revenge on their actions from years ago. Alice found a baseball bat from her storage closet as she sprinted looking for a weapon.
Wait, another quick question. What
Yes.
form is Tony in right now? Is he like a ghoul? Is he a ghost?
He's a ghostly figure,
A ghost. Okay.
but he's still able to be physically touched.
Physically. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So he's sort of like an undead.
Like an undead, like a zombie, but
Okay.
giving off ghostly steam.
I can
yeah.
picture
okay. I
this.
see. I can kind of envision it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Alice found this baseball bat and tossed it over to Tony. Alfred. She tossed it over to Alfred. As Tony had picked up the knife, he had approached Alfred in the corner of the kitchen. He was closing in on him fast, and Alfred really needed a weapon at this moment in time.
Yeah, somebody give this man a weapon.
So Alice, somehow, she was able to hoist the bat and threw it between the chandelier and the ceiling, over the chandelier, and Alfred caught it with his left hand.
Holy shit.
Some acrobatic moves made. Tony
That's a
made
scene
his
out of that
thrust
film.
forward with his kitchen knife, and as the knife was piercing the chest of Alfred swung the bat, slamming against the side of Tony's head. Ghostly blood gushed out. Skin was broken, bones were broken, and it was all but a mess.
Damn, he hit him hard.
Oh yeah.
He hit him fucking hard.
He clapped that man.
That being said, the undead ghostly Tony form has officially been declared dead. Anyways,
Bye, Tony.
as we conclude the story, just want to go over some very important information that you may not have been able to pick up. So, this traumatic experience has haunted the Bergman family forever. The elderly hand, the one who struck fear into the Bergman family, was known as the Wretched Death. And it is an ancient legend that captures young children and trains them to seek revenge on their family members and make them pay for their sins and selfishness. So basically, by the children not helping Tony escape the wretched death, that they should pay for their sins, and Tony was trained to find them and make
my
them pay.
God, he became
Where
an
does the Wretched
assassin.
Death originate from?
There is no known location that the Wretched Death has originated from. It has attacked numerous households in the eastern United States.
I do have one question about it. Like, how fast is this thing moving?
Yeah.
The Wretched Death.
And like, I mean, it must be pretty strong if it could just like drag a kid.
It has unknown powers that people are still trying to figure out.
So it just kind of like, does it like crawl?
Well,
at ya, or,
the
like-
problem is it only attacks when it knows that it can't be caught. So there's been police chases. There's been numerous
Holy
911
shit.
calls.
Police chases with this
This is
thing.
absurd.
So this is a widely known.
This hand,
Very
People know
widely
about
known.
this
thing.
hand is omnipotent.
Dude, imagine if something like this really popped up, like in the news.
Hey,
this
it's
elderly
popping
hand
up.
that's
It's popping
killing
up.
people.
According
I
to
would-
me, it's popping up.
You can't do anything, honestly. You just have to like.
I mean, that'd be
accept
like-
it. That thing is.
Demons are real.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
How did the Bergman family get it as a curse put upon them?
So
Like, how does
the
if it's been
elder-
in numerous
yeah.
households?
So the hand, it attacks children when they're alone and more vulnerable.
Okay.
And generally, when children are in shock, they are more likely to run away in fear than to make some sort of action of bravery to help save their sibling.
I think he's asking like why was this family chosen to be cursed?
It's really just the luck of the draw. There's
Dang.
the hand
thousands
just chooses.
thousands of
It's just
families
like-
thousands of families are impacted by the Wretched Death every year. Every year.
So you could probably find this on the Wikipedia.
Oh, you can find this everywhere.
I feel like there should be some videos and photos of this happening.
Yeah,
at this point.
there should be
It's
some
happened
out
this
there.
many times.
We're gonna have to do an in-depth analysis.
Nah, man,
of
it's like a UFO. You can't get a picture of it.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Well, to close off the story, Alfred, the story of the Bergmans have not died in vain, for Alfred is now a famous public speaker on ghosts and the wretched death, and he tours around the U.S. to share his story. He hopes to raise awareness and garner support from the government to stop this horrible creature from attacking any family ever again.
Wow.
And that is my ghost story for you guys.
Snaps for that.
That was something.
That was exhilarating. I was transported into that world.
I was seeing everything.
I think it
through
was
their
the
eyes.
music helped a lot.
One question I did have: what was the reason for like talking about how like the area that they're from has like a lot of pedophilia and sex? Like it's. I thought that was gonna come back into the story.
I tried to throw in some loopholes to kind of like lead you away. Like,
Okay.
why would y'all have to know about his parents?
Yeah.
Their
I was
parents were
wondering
not
about that. I
important.
almost asked about that.
I wanted
at
to
the
keep it
beginning.
mysterious. I wanted to keep it. I wanted to make questions. I wanted you guys to have questions to ask.
Yeah, you definitely threw me off. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting it
I-
to go in the direction that it did.
I chose a backstory that was sort of like spooky, mysterious. Like, why would they be living in Creeper's Corner?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's something bad that's bound to happen. Some curse that's gonna hit their family.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's what happens.
So
Yeah,
it
that
does.
makes
It does
sense,
like
honestly.
to go over to Creeper's Corner. A bit.
Yeah, so it finds itself in the hot spots.
Oh, that. The wretched death is
it knows,
always.
it
in
knows
the
where
hot
the
spot.
troubled children are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
That's
a
awesome.
vile curse. I thank Alfred for putting his support out there. I think awareness needs to be
And
raised about the wretched
if you
death.
guys caught it, I did mention that the parents were not being very good parents, and you can see in modern
The more
horror
susceptible the
films,
child.
Alcoholic mom.
alcoholic mothers,
Dad
alcoholic
doesn't give a
parents,
shit.
dad, yeah, just
He had to walk home from school.
lack of
for all the
fatherhood.
criminals.
Yeah, so
It just-
I
it
tried
shows
to
the
I
parents
tried to
care.
keep that story true with this story. I think I did an okay job.
Dude, good job, man.
I loved every second of it.
That was awesome.
That's sick.
That
Awesome.
was beautiful.
You guys
I can't
are-
believe you
you
wrote
guys
that
are
in less
bursting
than
my
an
bubble
hour.
right now.
I
Oh
can't
yeah.
believe you
You
wrote
came
that
up
in
with
less
that
than
whole
an hour.
lore and like.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
I mean, you just wrote
I
a
just
whole
let it fly.
timeline.
My brain. Once my brain's going, man.
like a new creature.
Yeah.
You think we should start like a movie series?
This
with
could be a
the
story
Wretched
that
Death?
could be expanded on. We could go into the lives of other families that have been affected by this. This could be like a whole lore on its own.
Dude, this is why I'm a psychology
The
major,
Wretched
man.
Death.
I love
Yeah.
this stuff.
This is gonna be its own universe.
Oh yeah.
Congrats.
It's gonna sell like Marvel.
Book deal.
The
On its way.
WDU,
The WDU.
the Wretched Death universe. No, WDCU,
Okay. Yeah, of course. What's
Sorry.
the C? Connected?
cinematic.
Cinematic. That would be awesome.
Gotta be the
WDCU.
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 Yeah, you got it, man.
Wretched
Yeah.
Death is going to become so
The
popular.
Wretched
It's
Death
synonymous
Cinematic
with Marvel
Universe.
and DC.
We're gonna sell action figures.
This is.
I
gonna
could
be-
I could only
action
hope,
figures.
man. I could only hope.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited for that to start.
It's gonna be a little bit more edgy though. You know, it's gonna be targeted at a bit older audience.
I mean, yeah, it has to, right? It's gonna be definitely rated R for sure.
Yeah,
Gonna
it's
be a lot
rated
of, lot of
R.
gore.
It's the rated R Marvel.
That dude.
Yep, that's how
that
we
could
market
be
it.
Huge.
That is huge.
That could be huge for the program.
Yeah.
Oh, should we do that?
Dude,
We already started a
should-
podcast. Why don't we just?
make a movie.
Let's
Yeah.
start filming this. Let's start filming the Wretched Death Cinematic
This is like-
Universe.
The
Our
episode-
budget will be $1,000.
This is like the
more.
episode of SpongeBob when SpongeBob wants to make the Mermaid Man movie. That's what that's going to turn out like.
Yeah, this is volume 1 of our tale. If it were a manga, this is volume 1.
Right.
The
Of
Wretched
course.
Death is also a manga, as well as a cinematic universe.
Oh yeah, we've created our own tale that will be told for years to come by someone. Maybe,
I-
maybe.
Not
I
us.
honestly-
You have Josh.
I
You do it all
honestly
by
can't
yourself.
wait to
did.
re-listen to this tale and just dissect it as
I'm
I
gonna-
go
Dude,
after it.
I really liked.
uh,
I said
Tell
this
it at
before.
campfires the rest of my life.
I know.
I said this before. I really liked the
There
music.
once
The
was a
music
wretched
kept
death.
us. The music kept us engaged.
It did.
For sure.
It kept us
kept
just
up with the spooky
entranced.
vibes.
Oh yeah. I didn't want it to be like I want it to be spooky, but not too spooky.
It made it so that like when you were speaking about different areas, it already felt like the environment of what you're talking about was scary and spooky and
Yeah,
ominous.
well, that's what I was going for.
It was kind of funny watching people like walk by.
Like, people were walking by.
Oh yeah, there were people looking at us like,
We're like in the
what are
spotlight
these guys
with
doing?
microphones.
We're
They can
sitting at a
definitely hear
table
us,
with
too.
microphones.
They
on
can
the
We're at a
definitely
pretty
hear us.
busy street, so
Yeah,
there's
we're
people
literally
that
just
walk by
outside
every
in the
10, 20
grass
minutes.
on with a table and 3 mics.
Yeah, we have like a spotlight on us right now too. I brought a lamp outside.
Dude, we have
We've been
the
keeping some light.
we got the budget right here.
This
We
is
got the budget setup.
Yeah, I love it,
all
though.
things considered, this is the best setup we've probably had.
Yeah, I completely
recording
agree.
this podcast.
This
if
is
that says
this
anything.
is easily the best setup we've had. Mics. I mean, we're all sitting directly in
man.
front of our own mics. So
A lot of
Oh
people
yeah,
about
you
to
guys,
witness this.
you guys probably.
A
I
bus
think
is
we're
getting off
definitely
right
gonna
now in
post
front of us.
some pictures, so you guys may be able to see it on our socials.
Yeah.
Our little setup we got going tonight.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have some social
Oh,
photos
yeah,
of
I
this.
think
You
we're
will see
getting-
the setup. The setup is extremely legendary.
Extremely legendary.
Honestly, I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Dude, yeah, I'm
We are
loving
currently also sitting here at 2:30 a.m. right now, about to sleep in the tent on a front yard.
Oh yeah, we are.
it. Yeah, we are. It's gonna
We
be
have
awesome.
gotta go camping, man. That's the rule.
Yeah,
That's
will be
the rule.
camping.
That's the rule.
You've got to go camping.
You've got
to go camping, man.
That's it. That's all
Sleep
it
under the
is. But you
stars.
got to do it.
Dude, I don't know if I've slept in a tent, like
I
a
haven't
real
slept in a
camping
in a
tent.
while either.
Not since last summer.
No,
When y'all
On a
went on
road
your,
trip.
your road
Yep.
trip,
that was my last time sleeping in a tent too.
I slept in a tent in Israel for, like we went to the desert and we slept in these very, very big tents.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's not like a camping tent. It was like this tribe that lived there.
Did you like stand up in those tents? Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
It was
so-
huge.
that
huge
sounds
tents.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's not. It's as awesome as you think it is until you realize it was like 100 and something degrees at night
Okay.
there
fair enough.
in May.
That's crazy.
in the desert.
Wow.
So and we didn't
So
have,
what's it like during
we didn't
the
have
day?
AC, and so we were just in like a little sleeping bag. That's like all we had.
Yeah.
What degree? Like what temperature is it during the day if it's that high?
But I mean, I was exaggerating a little bit, but
Okay.
it was definitely 85 plus. during
was
the
it? Is it
night.
humid there?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Holy shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah. But it was
Those
a
are
great,
rough
a great
sleeping
time.
conditions.
Great time. There were camels nearby. There were
Yeah.
peacocks nearby.
I can't believe you weren't passing out while you were
cats
sleeping.
nearby. I was definitely a little overheated.
There was a time
but-
when we went on the road trip together. There was a time where we almost like suffocated in the tent. It was so hot and humid. We were, like,
I don't
passing
blame
out
you.
in
I mean,
there.
dude, it's rough. It's a rough life. Camping's a rough life.
Yeah, man. It's fun
not
though.
for
It's an
everyone.
adventure. Every time I go
We
camping, I never forget
appreciate-
the tail.
Well, yeah, when we're camping, we appreciate the moments, and we also appreciate the AC that we don't get.
Yeah.
We appreciate the indoor lifestyle for sure.
Leaves a lot to be
Definitely.
thankful for.
But oh yeah, for sure, man.
Well,
Put
that's-
that on your gravestone.
I know.
It's like I'm thankful for AC.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
Give me that AC.
Give me that AC.
Yeah, that would be your last quote.
That would be
Give
my
me that
epitaph.
AC.
epitaph.
So I think we're gonna close this off here.
Yeah,
sounds good to
that
me.
was a beautiful story. I can't wait to re-listen to it and dissect it even further.
I can't wait
Thank
to
you for-
listen to
thank
it.
you
I
for
want to
making
hear how
that.
I sounded. I tried to be like kind of, kind of mysterious. Kind
No,
of,
you did a good job.
Yeah, I think you
Kind of
made it.
enthralling,
I think you
you
made
know?
it very in depth, and I felt like I was transported into the
That was my goal, man.
WDCU.
That was my goal. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our new mic setup. This could be our setup. It will be our setup going forward.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're gonna try to get the
We'll
logistics
figure it out.
We'll
squared
figure
away,
out like guest
but-
logistics, but
Yeah.
for now that we have our own mics, well, I think this is the setup.
Yeah, so get ready for some actual quality audio for the first time.
Yeah.
It's come late in season 1, but I guess better late than never, as they say.
Yeah. Get hyped for season 2. I don't know if we've explained the season system yet. I think it's just been a concept we've been talking about.
This is a better time than any to explain it.
Yeah, might as well. We're just hitting the 30 mark. We got some time.
Oh wow. We're
We
just
got
in
some-
30 minutes. We
We can keep going.
got
for a
some
little bit.
time,
We can
yeah.
talk about. We can talk about the seasons.
We could, let's explain
Before
the
we wrap
seasons.
it
Yeah,
up.
for sure. So we plan on doing 10 episode seasons, and we want to space out the seasons. I think we talked about doing like a 2-week break in between the end of season 1 and the start of season 2.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yeah, just
Something like that. Just
something like that. Well, I mean, it's, like I said, it's still kind of in development.
But
for
we'll-
now, but for certain, it is every 10 episodes we will change the season. That also means in terms of like the the intro and outro music, we are going to have songs based on each season. We're going to change that up, and we're just going to like try to change little things as we go throughout the seasons. Just
Maybe
make
like
the podcast
Like the
better.
intro beats.
The
outro
SoundCloud
beats.
logo
Right.
can change a little
SoundCloud
bit.
logo, yeah.
change.
Everything kind of gets an update.
Yeah.
And we'll
There'll be
also
a new Arctic Circle battle pass you can buy that goes with the season.
$100.
$9.99. No,
Stay tuned.
$100.
Stay tuned. It's gonna have some great items.
You get the cheek slapper, 4,000.
What was the
If
other
you
one?
complete the Arctic Circle
Cheek
battle,
slapper.
battle
Yeah,
pass.
you have to
Only
complete
if you
the battle
finish it.
pass
It's $100 up front.
before season 2 ends. That's gonna be the first battle pass. So
What
you
was
have to
the-
complete it before the season ends, or you will not get the Cheek Slapper 2000.
And we're not telling you when it's over.
Nope.
You just got to
What
do
was
it.
the other ad I said? It was the sun ray mind control system.
Yeah,
or
but
something
that's
that.
like $2
Yeah,
million.
that
We'd be
one's a
just
lot.
handing that out to people if we put
Yeah,
that on the
that
battle
would be
pass.
maybe like the biggest listener gets one of those. You know, biggest listener. Season
All we gotta
2.
do is go rob a bank, and then we're good.
Yeah, we could buy a few of those.
Yeah, we could. We definitely could.
This is a joke for legal reasons.
Yeah, guys, please don't come out to get us, please.
We won't rob a bank.
We will not.
No.
Maybe we will.
I mean, for
No, we
now, that's kind of the season system. We're just gonna do little changes. So just stay tuned for what comes in season 2.
Yeah,
I think it'll be as exciting for you as it is for us. I mean,
For sure.
We're creating it as we go.
Oh yeah.
We have our own little project to
Oh
look
yeah.
forward to.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for that. Season 2.
Rock on, baby.
Rock on.
rock on.
Well, Colin, do you have any more notes you want to add, or any topics you want to mention before we close off here?
Ooh, man, I don't know. We kind of covered it at the beginning, but it's just like it's cool to see we've already made it through 10 episodes of this. 10
I
episodes is
think-
kind of a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but
No, it doesn't.
it takes a
lot
decent amount of
planning,
commitment
a lot of
Yeah.
planning
to record
commitment.
10 of these.
Yeah, I mean, now we've been doing it for 10 episodes. That's going to be like almost 3 months worth of videos that we put out there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We've had the chance to interview multiple guests as well in this season.
That was great.
I felt like every time a guest came onto the podcast, I got to know them just a little bit better.
I've also
that's-
just been very
yeah.
thankful for the
And
people that were eager to join the podcast and
Yeah.
want to hop on as a guest. That was really cool, and it was a great experience every time we had a guest on. Those were my favorite podcasts, I think.
Like we were saying in the
guest
first podcast,
podcast
we were
for
just
sure.
creating this to have something to reminisce on. But now we actually have like some fans.
We have
that-
some
that are giving
groundwork
us
for sure.
Genuine support.
Yeah,
and
we
it
got.
Oh,
We
feels
keep
yeah,
getting
nice.
dude.
DMs from you guys. We
I've,
keep
like-
getting DMs from you
I've
guys saying you want
appreciated,
video
like,
recordings.
so many people have just
know.
walked up to me and just told me, "Hey, I've listened to it. It's pretty cool."
I
And that
mean,
just means a lot.
You were
honestly.
telling of how your coworker just came up to you and
Yeah,
said that and said he
yeah.
wanted to get on and give us
Dude,
an
yeah.
episode.
Shout out to Hunter.
Dude, my goal.
Yeah.
My
yeah,
goal.
I'm gonna get. We'll get him on.
Thank you for your support, Hunter.
I want one person to recognize me in a crowd and say, "Oh, you're one of the co-hosts from the Arctic Circle." That's all I want. I don't want
You're one of
more
the
than one.
Icemen.
I don't want more than one. I just want one person.
Just one.
Just one person.
Just
one.
one person.
So if
More
you're-
than one, it would be annoying.
If you're listening to this and you know me, just show me some love next time you see me.
Show me some love.
Show him some love.
Show him some love.
But really, thank you guys. It's been
Yeah,
a great
thank you.
ride in season 1.
It's been an awesome ride, and we're just getting started.
We're just getting started.
Oh yeah, baby. Lots of exciting content to come. I wanted to mention one more thing. I think I'm very proud of us for sort of filling the roles of podcasters very well. I think we do that naturally, and I think that we're much better spoken than we were in episode 1.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I agree well. We give each other the time to talk and actually the space
Yeah.
to talk. And
There was that one
instead of
episode where
talking
we
over
just
each other-
talked over each other the whole time.
Yeah.
We
And
apologize for that one.
It really makes a difference in terms of like just our conversations and also like just like listener experience. I think it sounds better for everyone listening if they can hear each person's voice like independently.
Oh yeah, without
So I think
a
we've been
doubt.
doing a great job in giving each other respect.
Oh, I agree.
It's definitely grown a lot.
It definitely has, yeah. Every
Oh, I
episode,
hated
get
both
more
of you when we
comfortable.
started.
I know. I really had to grow to like.
I'm just a lot more comfortable every time we press record.
Yeah.
Just every time. It's just,
Me too. I'm always like, okay, let's go. And especially even
Let's
if I'm
ride.
not even if I'm not directly in
Broncos
the mood
country.
to ready to like podcast, as soon as we press the start button, I get into the groove with you guys.
For
And
sure.
it feels nice.
get that great banter.
Had to insert the
It
great.
is, it's great.
Great banter.
It's great banter, man.
It is great banter.
All right. Well, we hope you guys had a lot of fun listening to this ghost story.
I know we did.
I had a great time.
I know we did.
And if that's all it is, then that's all it is. I still had a great time.
And we hope you guys are having a restful summer. We are going to be starting up season 2 in about 2 weeks' time. So with that being said, we are the Icemen of the Arctic Circle, signing off, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Kachiga.